A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a bold move that has sent ripples through the global economy, U.S. President Donald Trump has announced plans to impose an additional 10% tariff on any country that aligns itself with what he describes as the anti-American policies of BRICS. This announcement comes in the wake of a significant summit held by the BRICS nations in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, where leaders from Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, and other emerging economies gathered to discuss their collective stance against U.S. trade policies. The BRICS group has been vocal in its criticism of Trump's sweeping tariff measures, warning that such unilateral actions could destabilize the global economy and exacerbate existing economic disparities. In a post shared on Truth Social, Trump stated, "Any country aligning themselves with the anti-American policies of BRICS will be charged an additional 10% tariff. There will be no exceptions to this policy." This declaration has raised eyebrows among economists and political analysts alike, as it threatens to further complicate an already fraught international trade landscape. The leaders of BRICS, while not naming the U.S. directly, expressed serious concerns over what they deem unjustified unilateral protectionist measures, which they argue are inconsistent with World Trade Organization (WTO) rules. They emphasize that the proliferation of such trade-restrictive actions could lead to a disruption in global trade dynamics. Furthermore, BRICS members have shown solidarity with Iran, condemning recent military actions against the country without directly mentioning the U.S. or Israel, who were responsible for the strikes. The bloc, which has expanded in recent years to include new members like Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and the United Arab Emirates, aims to elevate the voice of developing nations in international governance and challenge the dominance of Western economic institutions. As the summit unfolded, Chinese President Xi Jinping was notably absent, sending Premier Li Qiang in his place, while Russian President Vladimir Putin participated online due to an arrest warrant issued by the International Criminal Court. This year's BRICS meeting has underscored the group's commitment to fostering economic, political, and social cooperation among its members, as well as enhancing their collective influence on the global stage. In a separate statement, Trump confirmed that the U.S. would begin delivering letters detailing specific tariff rates to various countries, signaling the end of a 90-day pause on increased tariffs. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent clarified that tariffs announced in April would take effect on August 1st, further intensifying the pressure on U.S. trading partners. Investors and global markets are bracing for the implications of these tariffs, with many expressing concern over the potential for escalating trade conflicts. The BRICS nations, in their joint statement, have called for reforms to global financial institutions like the International Monetary Fund, IMF, and have positioned themselves as advocates for a more equitable global economic order. As tensions rise, the world watches closely to see how these developments will unfold and what impact they will have on international trade relations moving forward. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.